So Michael Bloomberg is reportedly eyeing an independent presidential run. But should he? Let's ask my fuel-efficient party panel tonight. It's comedian Jimmy Fallon. Look at Jimmy, so happy to be back. Molly Hemingway is here. She braved the snow and weather. She's the Federalist senior editor. And Michael Malice, one of our stalwarts, the editor, or the author, rather. Hi, there's my hand. I love you so much. I want to squeeze you like a baby. He's the author of Dear Reader. You should get it now. Welcome, party panel.
Hey,
hello. Monday party panel. Let's get it on. So, Molly, I will start with you. Is Michael Bloomberg the worst possible Liberty candidate ever?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously he's horrible. He hates the Constitution. He wants to control everybody's lives, from what they eat to taking away civil liberties to fight terror. But I'm all for him entering the race. I think as many billionaire narcissist authoritarians should get in, because our only hope really is that nobody gets 270 electoral votes, and then it gets thrown to the House of Representatives. Hello, President Paul Ryan.
Hello, Paul Ryan.
Yes.
Whoa. I'm Paul Ryan, and my beard and I endorse this message very much.
And that beard would be an amazing...
See, I think he goes in third party. I think if Hillary's a nominee, he takes away from her. If Bernie's a nominee, he guarantees a Sanders presidency, which is terrifying. You think he won't run? Why?
There's no way he's going to run.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, he loves himself. He's 4 times more winning than Donald. He's got 4 times the money.
I don't know that math works out to the Electoral College. I think he hates Trump on a visceral level. He probably doesn't like Hillary and probably doesn't like Sanders, but he's not stupid.
Who does he like? Because he hates freedom, too. Yeah, that's all I care about.
Well, therefore, he likes both political parties, right? I think people like him are only going to get in if they think they can win. And his culturally, he's completely left-wing. You know, he hates guns. He hates, you know, Midwest values. So of course, it would be, Democratic votes that he's taken away from. That's going to help Trump.
And he wants to use government as a tool to change and shape people's lives. So how do you think he's going to do in the South?
Oh, wouldn't you like to be at that first Southern rally? Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is a Jewish man that wants to take away your guns. Please welcome. There's no way he could run. But I will say this. If it is
It'd be
Bernie,
entertaining.
That would be amazing. That's like a Borat sketch. Like, I'd give him, just for him showing up to that town hall in Opelika, Alabama, I'd give him props for that if he would do that. But on the off chance that the left nominates Bernie and the right nominates Trump, isn't there room for him to run between them and possibly win?
Oh,
because
wow. I'm so roused at the mental...
No, it's horrible. I would hate it. I'm a New Yorker. He ruined the city. People think, oh, he did all these good things. We have bike lanes in my apartment now. Like, there are bike lanes everywhere.
He's the reason de Blasio's mayor.
He banned soda.
He banned fun and everything, and he hates weed, and he admitted to smoking weed, so he's a total hypocrite. But Iowa doesn't have to concern itself and its pretty head with Michael Bloomberg. We are a week away from their caucuses. And a new Fox poll has Donald J. Trump in the lead with 34% and Ted Cruz 23%, followed by Marco Rubio. Meanwhile, to combat Sarah Palin's endorsement of Trump, Cruz has countered with endorsements from Glenn Beck and Rick Perry. Oh yeah, that's gonna work out real well. So, Rick Perry, obviously the get here in the endorsement world. I don't know how he did it, but that's a huge one. Are people just punking pollsters?
I think that there is that question about how effective these polls are. There was that New Hampshire poll where Bernie Sanders was ahead by 30 points, and then another poll 3 days later had him behind by 3. There's no way that both of those things are true. And you see certain polls showing...
New Hampshireans or they're very schizophrenic.
Yes, they're changing their mind very quickly. So I think we have to understand that maybe the people we're contacting via polling, probably are people who have landlines. They might not be representative of the population at large. Or maybe they follow my method of just totally coming up with pretend answers whenever I'm called by a pollster. So.
See, I think that's the case. I think it's all landlines, and it's all people like, hello, what? Well, he seems like a nice young man. Goodbye. So why haven't senators actually endorsed Ted?
Oh, because everyone who's worked with Ted Cruz hates him, as Trump, I'm sure, will point out, and I'm sure Trump will point out that...
He has pointed that out. I mean, he said no one likes him. Yeah. Just ask anyone who's ever worked with him, no one likes him.
But he's also going to point out that, look, you've got this big loser, Rick Perry, endorsing you, and that's perfectly appropriate.
I would like to endorse him right now.
Trump?
Yeah. No. I would like to endorse...
We all heard it. She endorsed Trump.
I would like to endorse Ted Cruz. This weekend, a video came out of 19-year-old Ted Cruz praising one of the best films ever made, Malibu Bikini Shop. And on that basis alone, I'm willing to throw my hat behind, or support there.
Yeah, I'm willing to throw my bikini behind it, because that is a great film, Jimmy. So you think, and this is very interesting, you think that Donald Trump is actually a natural progression from President Obama.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that, because Obama made the presidency a celebrity position where he was only elected because he kind of hot topicked the vote and made it cool to vote for him. Donald Trump is the pop cultural phenomenon in this year's election. That's why Bloomberg would be wasting his time, because he's the guy that commands all the attention.
Right.
It's the presidency has changed now.
Yeah.
I think if there aren't 270 electoral votes, it's actually a dance-off, is I think the actual rule now.
And Trump's actually would be the first president who actually really understood social media and how the new rules apply.
Yes.
Obama kind of tapped into that, but no one's using it like Trump, because not only is he putting out his views, he's narrating the campaign as he goes along, talking about the press, which no candidate has ever done before.
Oh yeah, he's listen, we would miss him if he went away, as nutty as he is.
He's not going anywhere except Washington. Mr. Trump goes to Washington. We have gilded doors in the White House.
And Bernie Sanders is like, I have a MySpace page. It's working.
Poor
the
Bernie.
kids love me.
Yeah, he calls it the Twitter. Like Trump is on Twitter, Bernie calls it the Twitter.
Okay, coming up, my party panel returns. I'm so sorry. Bernie Sanders is getting feisty, calling Hillary Stop, Michael Malice. Calling Hillary Clinton's campaign desperate. Could he actually defeat the Ice Queen? And later, Danny DeVito says we live in a racist country. My friend Charlamagne the God will weigh in. I think Danny DeVito is just proclaiming his own racism. Stay here. Somebody has spiked Bernie Sanders' prune juice, a little Red Bull, because the lefty codger is finally showing up and getting feisty.
We were 15 points ahead of them nationally. That in states, toss-up states, battleground states like Iowa and New Hampshire were even further ahead of them. That I would very much look forward to a race against Donald Trump.
And I will eat his liver for lunch. Bernie Sanders also says Hillary's campaign is desperate and cannot generate excitement. That is so true. But of course, Hillary hitting back.
We got a big choice to make, and it's exciting. I had a great couple of events yesterday. I am enthusiastically pursuing the opportunity to reach every single voter in Iowa, and we're going to see what happens. I feel good about where we are.
And 74% of those voters want to reach back and slap Hillary in the face. Our party panel, no, bit rough, too much. Panel is back. It's Jimmy Fallon, Molly Hemingway, and Michael Malice. So Sanders be damned. Do you think she's still going to pull it out in Iowa?
100%. I don't know about Iowa. I think Iowa's going to be completely irrelevant.
Okay.
The Democratic establishment is solidly behind Hillary. And here's something else.
Still with the emails and the whatnot?
I think Sanders is a total fraud.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't have the nerve to be ruthless like she is and attack her at every opportunity, how's he going to take on Wall Street like he claims? Like, he's a bit of a coward, even despite all his bluster. And she, despite all her flaws, she knows how to kill an enemy.
So, Molly, has Sanders finally shown up, and is he doing what Michael says he needs to do?
Well, he does, unlike Trump, who says completely outlandish things to get media attention. Bernie Sanders states completely obvious facts and gets mild media attention for it. She is, in fact, a tool of the establishment. She has a depressing race. She's a terrifically bad candidate.
Awful.
She kind of underplays it.
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, I know she will probably win because of the way the democratic system is set up, but could Barack Obama be signaling openness to someone other than Hillary Clinton any more than he is? I mean, he's met with Bernie Sanders. He was kind of praising Bernie Sanders recently. I think people are kind
Joe
of
Biden as well.
just trying to hedge bets, and Joe Biden came out and said very favorable things about Sanders. And so it would be, maybe they're trying to hedge their bets just in case an indictment is forthcoming.
But Sanders isn't the hedge. If they hedge their bets that someone else would come forward, John Kerry or Joe Biden, there's no way that
It's too late for them.
No, they would change the rules like they did with the Senate race in New Jersey a couple years back. There's no way they're going to let a non-Democrat be the Democratic nominee.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see it. That's obviously why Bloomberg is getting more serious about it now, because every week, with more damning information from the FBI leaks, we're learning more about her ethical slipperiness, man.
We knew about her ethical. This is new that she's ethically slippery.
No, but the more detail that we learn about how she actually directed people to abstract and move that classified information, people who have been her staunch defenders are running out of excuses.
Just like Trump people, the people who support Hillary are going to walk off the cliff with her, like whether you like it or not.
Well, tell them if they're lemmings, then go ahead. I don't want those people surrounding me in my daily life, in my village. You say Bernie gets whooped in a general.
Bernie would get killed in the general election because he admits he has to raise taxes. Saying you'll raise taxes is the political equivalent of going to a house party and seeing someone smoking crack. If you've ever been to a house party where you walk in, if they're smoking weed, you're like, it's a party. But if you're like, they're smoking crack, you're like, we got to get the out out of here immediately. That's what taxes do to voters. If you tell them you're going to raise their taxes, they're leaving.
They
It's
start
crack.
smoking
You've whipped-
crack.
Listen
No.
to these bougie elites, like, oh, I'm too good for crack.
No, I
There's no
just think
crack in
myself,
my party.
that's what I went to.
Sorry, with your NEP fabric. I had no idea.
I teach you a word and I use it against me.
See that?
Thanks a lot,
You
Jim.
and you
That's how
deserve
you
that.
do it. That's how Bernie Sanders should do it.
Yes.
He's not yet. Don't worry. Later on, the State Department is delaying the release of Hillary Clinton's emails because of snow. That's so ridiculous. Welcome back. The State Department is falling behind in releasing Hillary Clinton's private server emails, blaming this weekend's blizzard and asking for a 1-month extension. Now, last week, intelligence officials said that some of the emails are above top secret. Meanwhile, the federal government is still shut down because of the storm, and Congress is taking the next 6 months off. My party panel is back: Jimmy Fela, Molly Hemingway, and Michael Malice. All right, so what's the most embarrassing thing we'll learn about Hillary in these emails?
That she's a grandma and she typed the entirety of the email in the subject line of the email. That's what we're going to find out. 8,000-word messages with no body. Oh. It's going to be like, oh, this is embarrassing.
All right, so I think this is very curious. I mean, I think the State Department is somehow colluding with Hillary Clinton to protect her.
No, wait. I think they're incompetent like all aspects of government. Here's what I'm imagining happening.
Okay.
I'm imagining Bernie winning Iowa and New Hampshire, and these releases, which are the most sensitive because that's where they're taking up the most time,
Yeah.
are going to get hit right before South Carolina. And that might mess up her ground game there, and that might make this race very interesting.
Okay.
But there's no way they're colluding with her.
So,
No,
that's
actually,
the ultimate
you're-
South Carolina surprise. I know what you're going to say.
The emails are supposed to come out 2 days after the South Carolina primary.
Well,
the South
roughly.
Carolina primary is February 27th, and the emails are due to come out the 29th.
Yeah, but haven't they been releasing them kind of leaking out stuff earlier?
No, they've been actually like coming out at the very last minute when they say that
Oh.
they're going to do
But
it.
now they want him to
But I mean,
come
the
out.
idea that this is where she worked. She was at the State Department, and now they're helping her get through the South Carolina primary. That is so fishy. And also, it just makes no sense that a one-day blizzard would cause a month-long
delay. No, okay, so let's say worst case scenario, it's 3 days of not
Sure.
working. Give her 3 days. Go ahead.
Yes,
like
fine.
3 days is fine. That's reasonable. Give her 5 days. Let's be extra generous. But a 30-day extension they're asking because of the blizzard?
If she gets-
You tell me that's not somehow colluding?
We know she's corrupt, and we know she might get indicted, and we know that's not going to make any difference. Because look at Todd Akin. When Todd Akin made those horrible comments in the Senate race, the Republicans all wanted him off the ticket, and he said no, and they couldn't do anything about it. They're not going to get her to be able to stop the race. When Bill Clinton committed perjury publicly, everyone saw him commit perjury, which is a felony, and he still maintained the presidency.
It's a little different, though, because Bill Clinton was actually likable. I mean, he was someone that was charismatic and
Yeah,
whatnot.
it's the
All
likable argument
like-
that you put in front of the jury.
They like
They buy it every time.
They like
I
power.
see CSI.
They like power, and she is their path to power, and that's all that matters for the left.
It's not going to be powerful, though, when she's tied up in court. What if she's indicted and the president has no way of pardoning her? He actually can if she's indicted.
He has that one way, which is the way.
But he hates her so much he's not
Yeah.
going to,
Oh,
because
he
he's like,
wouldn't.
no, he told
wouldn't
us,
pardon
A,
her.
he wouldn't, and B, he wants Michelle to be the first lady who becomes president.
Whoa.
Oh.
Mark my words, Peyton Manning has another shot at winning the Superest Bowl after the Broncos beat the Patriots this weekend. It was a nail-biter that Denver pulled off with 12 seconds left in the game. They'll go on to face the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl 50, but Tom Brady won't be there because Tom Brady lost. And he got hit 23 times. You're a huge Broncos fan.
Yeah, this is very exciting. I didn't even really expect that we would beat the Patriots, but that was just a beautiful display. Good. I mean,
Okay, so-
people had hope.
Sorry. No, I love the Broncos. The Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl. I was trying to tell you this earlier.
Okay.
Just
I
throw
wanna hear
out
all about
every
it.
stat, every metric, like everybody saw Carolina play yesterday. None of that matters now. 75% of the
Well,
money.
no, it kind of does matter because they're a better team.
Well, no, it doesn't, though. This is the only stat I
And
care
Cam
about.
Newton is,
He looked
the most amazing athlete.
yesterday.
kind of is.
But
Yeah.
the week before doesn't matter. 75% of the money in the game is on Carolina winning the game, which means the casino, the house, the house always wins.
Sure.
The House needs the Broncos to win this game.
What are you alleging about my Denver Broncos?
I'm just telling you, they're going to cover the spread and win the game.
They might cover the spread, but they're not going to win the game.
I think
they might win the spread, but they're not going to win the game.
I would bet you anything.
Are you taking the Broncos?
Yes.
Plus 4.5?
Anything. Yes. I'm all. If the Broncos don't win the game, like my wife is setting up a webcam at 9 o'clock on Super Bowl, so like I'm going to be that broke. No, they're going to win a game. I actually believe their defense is that good and that physical. Like, there's a reason Cam Newton looked so good yesterday. It's because he was playing against the Arizona Cardinals defense, which is not nearly as physical
as the
Broncos
sad thing
defense.
about Carson Palmer, like Carson Daly could have had a better game. Johnny Carson could have had a better game in
this
present
state
condition.
But, and Peyton Manning, all he wants to do is stop playing football.
Yes.
He needs to just win this one game so he can stop.
Yeah, he needs to win the AFC Championship to get to the Super Bowl. I totally agree with you. I don't even think he cares about winning the Super Bowl. He's like, I'm
He
here.
beat Brady.
I took us here.
He just wanted to beat
Big deal.
Brady.
Yeah.
I loved Bill Belichick last night because, the kicker missed that big kick.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was like, well, it's everyone in the organization's fault, not just the kicker. The offense, the defense, the guy who spies on the other team, the kid who deflates the footballs, the people who destroy evidence and intimidate witnesses.
His fault for not going for a field goal and trying to
he
do
had
all
a
these
chance. He
fourth
actually
down
did have a chance to
conversions.
Can we take a moment to say that Tom Brady this morning, who like Trump is literally Hitler, is at this moment at the beginning like Nicolas Cage at Leaving Las Vegas, about to drink himself to death with his attractive wife.
But that
it's
is
just wonderful.
What do you mean?
She's overrated. She looks like a boy.
I can't stand her. I don't like anything about her.
She's not
I've heard horrible
attractive.
stories about her. She's still really beautiful.
No,
No,
overrated.
listen, I don't.
She does have hobbit feet, though.
They are too skinny to be attractive. No, I
Yes,
mean that.
she's totally overrated.
When she got pregnant, she started.
She's too pretty to be attractive. You're
No,
absolutely right.
there's a thing which is freaky.
insane.
When she got pretty, she started eating for one. Like, that's who she is. They're too freaky
It's like
skinny.
pretty
It's
like dogs at the
unattractive.
Westminster
Okay,
Dog
but here's
Show.
the thing. They will not drink alcohol. They don't even eat olive oil. 90% of their food is vegetables, blah.
Yeah.
So but you think he's throwing that all away? And
This morning, yeah.
just
right now.
bottom
He's
of a
breaking
gallon
it.
of pop-off.
There's a garage with a couple of feet
Funny.
swinging.
Giselle, I'm having carbs. I'm going in. Don't do it, Tom. Don't
Is
do
that
it.
her accent?
That's my Giselle.
Is that her accent
At
in
heart,
Jersey?
she's from Suffolk County, Long Island. Tom, you're better than this, Tom. We're going to go to the frickin' city. We're going to have a night out, Tom. I'll get a sitter.
At heart, for me, she's a Nazi.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean that as a comment, a really pretty Nazi. The Minnesota girls high school basketball team has been kicked out of their youth league, not for drugs, violence, or gambling, but because they're too good. The story drives me insane. The Rogers Area Youth Basketball Association team is 3-0 and has been ejected from their league because other teams don't want to compete with their skill level. That is so ridiculous. Now let's go quickly.
Well, I just think, isn't that kind of like the Olympics when you get too good that they don't let you perform anymore?
Yeah, it's not right.
I'm sorry. The entire point of adolescence is to learn how to deal with crushing humiliation.
Yes!
I mean, this is
Speak for yourself.
No,
I'm
but that-
awesome.
That
was
is it
just
exactly.
me.
But you need this team so you know your whole life what it's like to be completely whooped.
And
so you want to beat somebody.
That matters. But there's also a chance, because I used to coach youth sports back when I was still
What a
allowed.
show off. He's always
You must
always
have been
bragging.
awful.
Back when
It's
I-
on your business cards, isn't it?
Back when I was still allowed within 500 feet of a school, I coached youth sports. It is possible that these are loser parents that have stacked this
They've stacked
team
the team.
to the point
Yeah,
that
we've
it
all
should.
played against stacked teams, but you know what?
Yeah.
Playing against stacked teams
It's part of
gives you
life.
the hunger to win. It is part of life. Molly is right
you
on
have
this
it.
one, Jimmy.
Fine. I
Okay.
disagree.
Thank you so much, Michael Malice. So classy and dapper. Molly and Jimmy,
guys.
glorious you made it, Molly. She really braved the blizzard in D.C., but she is here, and I'm here for you.